No, we don't want to go to those.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
That's good. Now I just do this.
Go live now. Go live now. Why is it not going live? Is it going live? Maybe you're the one that makes it go live.
Well, if I'm sending the stream, all you should do is click go live now and it'll...
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's below that. It's below the go live now, isn't it? It's the little blue bar.
Oh, yeah. I think it's not letting me go until the time.
Till the time.
Now it's having trouble. Content isn't available right now. That's not good news.
Really? Let me double check. I know I'm sending. Oh, yeah, it says...
Oh, it says it's starting.
It's good.
47 seconds. Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, hey, that's good.
Okay, so now we're ready.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at comments on mine. And kind people are telling me, "You're live, dude. Dude, you're live. Okay, it's on." And I need to explain to them that, well, there's actually multiple Facebook pages that this is going out to at once.
Yeah,
We have
and
to
this
make
is,
sure they're all going.
Counting down, but you're flying and I'm rushing to try and catch up.
Wow, this is wild. Look at this. Now it says it's jammed up. Oh, man.
No, starting soon. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see.
No, mine. No, yours is good, but mine is now
Okay.
freaked out. It's interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. I wonder why. Wow, there's so many weird comments that it's doing. That's so wrong. Try again. Okay, now it's happening. Oh, look, there's 84 people. Okay, so anyway.
Sorry, I'm having trouble. Wait,
Yeah?
hold on. Wait. Oh no, but let's see here. Let's go. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we are.
Oh yeah, there we are.
There we are.
There we are, there we are.
There we are. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of being in the moment, at the place where this footpath comes down to the river, there's a swift flowing waterway, chilly and clear. I can wade if I'm careful, but the creek bed is slippery, and it taught me a lesson the last time I was here. I was facing this crossing like a challenge to conquer. All I saw was an obstacle blocking my way. And when I rushed to get past it, that slate was so slippery that I fell in the current and got carried away. Take my time in this moment, ripe with choice, full of hope. Just before I step out on that slippery slope, just before I step out on that slippery slope. Now I face this same river with a chance to start over, and the water is swirling around where I stand. But my goal is to balance and let go of frustration, as if my destination is to be where I am. take my time in this moment, ripe with choice, full of hope. Just before I step out on that slippery slope. But what about my plans? Yeah, my map shows where I plan on camping, but my next step is my one concern, to put myself right where I'm standing is the lesson I'm trying to learn. Take my time in this moment, ripe with choice, full of hope. Just before I step out on that slippery slope. To put myself right where I'm standing. That's the lesson I'm trying to learn.
Amen.
I'm really grateful to be here with you, Ellis. Thank you. That's the first time I've done my little split screen, live thing. And as I told you before, there's lots of wonderful musicians that I admire. But if I had to sing my soul through someone else's music, many times those people I admire, they wouldn't really sing my soul. They have their own thing. I feel like the way that you sing and why you sing is so compatible that if I needed to sing my soul through your songs, I could do it. In other words, I could kind of scratch that itch that the music has been doing for me all this time. And I think it's because what I hear in your songs is this powerful defiance to be gentle. And that seems contradictory, I know, but it's like taking responsibility for I'm not going to be miserable.
Yeah.
Does that do anything for you?
Yeah. I know. I mean, I feel the same way, David. I mean, I really love where you write from and where you are rooted when you play, and it doesn't seem like you're saying that everything is easy. And acknowledging that life is difficult and it's a challenge, and it's really something that we're all in together, being alive. And I think so much of my art, my songwriting is about trying to appreciate and remember how to appreciate life and how to step into it more in a real way that isn't so spinning so much, I guess, and I think it's a work in progress. I mean, I'm really interested in happiness.
Yes. That's a great notion. Wow.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me think of this one because you'd mentioned this one, and and it's also some of the words that you were singing in the other one. Although we have some overlapping themes.
Yeah.
So there are several songs I could play, but this one is coming to mind. This is all about the moment here.
Oh, I love
fierce
this
love.
song.
I'll tell you a secret that I've learned. Nobody knows everything. We all get caught up in what we think and believe it's the truth. Mostly we don't have the answers, and life can feel like an unsteady boat, drifting away from the land, making us feel alone. It is love that will carry you home. It is kindness that holds back the storms around you. It is patience sitting right beside the doubt. Oh, the only truth is what we do with right now. Something I've finally come to realize: everyone has to compromise, and we can't do it all at the same time. It just doesn't work. But we can't spend our whole lives worrying about things out of our control, and then we find that life was built for change, and we have to let it all go. It is love that'll carry you home. It is kindness that holds back the storms around you. It is patience sitting right beside the doubt. Well, the only truth is what we do with right now.
Oh, now that's true. I like that a lot. Here's a song about the control that we do have about sort of how we're choosing to see the world. There's 101 strong reasons for feeling the walls close in. I know the weight of the world could crush me if I let all the darkness win. When the doubt comes down around me, I don't want to give up the fight. When the fears have finally found me, I better let in a little more light, let in a little more sun and sanity, let in a little more view. I want to open up my eyes to challenge me instead of thinking that I always knew. When I feel I'm living in a little bubble, well, I'm not gonna stand for it. Got to make some of the good kind of trouble and get my bubble to expand a bit. Nobody can do it for me. Gotta feel my way to get free. No stronger lock than the one I got on the door that I can't see. Gotta pull back sight, 'cause the world is out there waiting. Just gotta let in a little more light, let in a little more sun and sanity, let in a little more view. Got to open up my eyes to challenge me, instead of thinking that I always knew. When I feel I'm living in a little bubble, well, I'm not gonna stand for it. Got to get some of the good kind of trouble and get my bubble to expand a bit. Get into the good kind of trouble and get my bubble to expand a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. This one. Okay, so this oh yeah. This is, I wasn't sure I was going to play this one maybe. I was like, this is a little ditty, but it's more than a little ditty. It's called Trouble.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's yeah. It's just
Ooh, pretty.
yeah. Here we go. If I can find it here. Trouble hangs around like an old friend wearing my clothes, singing my songs, saying this is just how it goes. Trouble hangs around, a record playing in my head, catching my heart with a pretty tune I can't forget. Trouble hangs around, there with a smirk and a grin, caught in between what is real and pretend.
Wow.
Trouble hangs around, making small talk with me. The stage set for a drama or some kind of mystery. Trouble, I see you, and seeing you can't bother me. Who knew it'd be trouble setting me free?
Now that's a path. See, that's a song that makes your life better. If you do that, then life gets good. Oh God, that's really beautiful.
Thank you. It was fun to hear you, like, you know, being like, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh. I'm trying not to do too much of that over here, you know, but when I hear you when you playing, it feels the same way.
This song, for me, is like that in that it is. Kind of about the way I feel about how I get from joy to happiness these days is very different than the way it always was. I had a song years ago called Bail My Boat, and it was about sort of like getting the ambient culture out of my buoyancy so that it didn't sink me. And that's kind of an active process, and it sets the outside as the enemy and all that, which is very different than welcoming the lessons that come when our heart speaks up, you know?
Yeah.
And so this song is about like feeling all of that stuff that comes, and yet it's like when it's raining, but it's just a cloudburst and the sun is low in the sky and everything is bright sun. even though it's raining. That's what this is about. I learned how to feel the joy and sorrow side by side, instead of up and down and up and down. The ride has gotten wide. It's like late in the day, the sunlight streams in sideways, the cloud burst no longer seems the same. The golden rays make the sidewalk shine, the brilliance of this timelessness in time. Although my throat is tired and tight from shouting down injustice, my spirit seems to find a sweet release. Even in the struggle, there is peace. Oh, the rain is still the rain, and the pain is still the pain, but the beauty makes my love of life increase. Even in the struggle, there is peace. Steadier than all of this uncertainty around, there's another angle that the light can reach the ground. There's a way of waking up that makes the nightmare cease. Even in the struggle, there is peace. Here within the struggle, there is peace. So clear, so real, the beauty gets my worry to release. Even in the struggle, there is peace. The last song that I played had that John Lewis quote about getting in the good kind of trouble, you know. And this song also is just like talking about that long arc of history bending towards justice.
Yeah, so moving. To really feel that, you know, to really feel that truth. I do think that's true, David, that there is, you know, even in the struggle, there is peace. Yeah. I believe that's true. It's sometimes it's hard to find that, you know, when you're in the middle of the struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like hard to believe. But the song that keeps coming to mind, I hope I remember how to play it, because it just feels like it's the right one to play next. It just, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's the way. Oh yeah, there we go.
Bow, bow, bow.
Playing around with capos.
Yeah, that's a world.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, yeah. No, actually, that's what my fingers are doing. Do you ever have your fingers and your brain do two different things? My fingers are like, no, this is the one you want. And I'm like, yeah, probably it is. I think you're right. Fingers, you have more, you're not thinking as much. Oh my gosh. Okay. this is it, you know, because this also directly relates to that idea of finding peace. And, you know, how do we find peace? The sacred pause, right? The
Yeah.
you know, slowing down and really tuning in to what's here now,
Yeah.
because it's all here, right?
Yeah.
It really is all here. And I don't know about you, but I spend so much of my time trying to find it over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Red light, forget all this intent. Forest from the trees, I can't not see. We are made from a grain of sand, and we don't know why we're all searching. Words are noisy, forget holy anger and wisdom. Caution, caution, listen for red light. I didn't think before I spoke. How do we stop in the middle of go? We dance and we fight and we make love and we lose sight. Forest from the trees, touchdown in May. We are made from a grain of sand, and we don't know why we're all spinning, crashing down. Things get broken. How do we stop? I want to see you again with a red light. With a red light. With a red
Yeah. Ah-ha-ha. Mhm. Ah-ha. I think this one. I have this thing you said about taking happiness seriously, or was it joy? I can't remember. Taking joy seriously. We have made thousands, all of us, everybody watching, has made thousands and thousands and thousands of decisions to sort of get the life that we have. And this is a song about all those decisions that we make that aren't the sort of like, this is going to make me more successful decisions. I have kind of, I have to be kind to myself when I look at sort of how I've handled my career, so to speak, because I never wanted to make more music. What I wanted was to have more joy, right? And it's fascinating because apparently, I heard this secondhand, but I've heard that somebody was asking Bob Dylan in an interview, "Are you happy?" And he said, "It's not one of my priorities," which is either really advanced or not. But it's fascinating that the people who are having the most fun are, kind of dangerous and scorned by the people who are kind of whipping themselves really hard to be a better workhorse. And when I was playing music on the street many years ago, there were some people who would come by and were grateful for, having a song in the middle of their day. But there were people who were angry. Like, you think you can just sit around and do what you want? And so there was this guy who came by in a very nice suit, and he yelled at me, "Why don't you work?" And what I should have said was, "Yes, and why don't you sing?" But I didn't think of it at the time. So this is the song I wish I would have sung. And it's about the people who are judged by the sort of ambient culture to be sort of under, and yet the ambient culture is like peeking down in the dungeon there saying, "Wait a minute, they're having more fun than we are." Under the castle in the land of snow, down in the dungeon where the weird are stored, all the different and the outcast sneak back home after laughing in the bright lights all night long. I'm lucky to be down with the cast aside, safe from the madness of the world we hide, with everybody free to come and go, under the radar of the status quo. Down here, we always have each other down here, and it's how we know down here that we're sister and brother down here in the land below. Down here, we see you looking in down here with your longing stare down here. We got a feeling of belonging down here because we're not up there down here. Because we're not up there. So you wanna get close to the wild and strange. You wanna stand at the edge of the river of change. You got a hungry soul but a cautious mind, so you can't quite leave your world behind. So you come for a visit but you lose your nerve out at the edges of the bell-shaped curve. But I saw your soul when you dropped your fear You came walking in the world of the wild. Down here, down here, we always have each other down here. And it's how we know down here that we're sister and brother down here. In the land below, down here, we see you looking in down here. With your longing stare down here, we got a feeling of belonging down here, because we're not up there.
Oh my gosh. I bet people tell you all the time that they love your laugh.
It's true.
Yeah, and they tell me that too.
And I love your laugh.
Oh my gosh. And sorry to interrupt.
No,
I don't know. It's like I don't know. You can't help it either, can you? I mean, I can't help my laugh.
Yeah.
You know
people,
what I mean?
Say, do that laugh thing, and I say, I can't do it. It's a thing that happens. It does me.
Yeah, I get a little self-conscious, and then it'll come out a little bit, maybe more, like a weird.
Yeah.
But then after that moment, it happens for real. Because then I laugh at myself laughing. Mm-hmm. Anyway. But oh my gosh. I just feel like that's something that you and I have in common. I love that. I just love that there's another person who people want that laugh as a ringtone. Have you had that request? I have. Anyway.
I love this song of yours. Oh
yeah, it feels like it's connected to that other one. This idea that we don't really know.
Yeah.
It's like when we're striving for things and the whole idea of success and the whole idea of there's something going on that is underneath it all, and I'm so interested in that. I'm interested in being connected to that.
I love that you said underneath it all. That was the thing that I forgot to say when I was saying I used to feel like joy was bailing a boat, but now I feel like joy is like there's this secret sort of hatch that I can drop down into happiness and joy. And it's like no matter where I'm in the middle of all this stuff, there's this like a secret passageway back to joy. But the weird part is it's right in the center of the sorrow. It's a place you'd never think to look for it.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know about you, but I have a cartoon brain. And so I just imagined like a cartoon David Wilcox.
Yeah.
And then the hatch opens up, and then the cartoon David Wilcox has got his goggles on and his little flash is like or a miner's light. I don't know if it's like a hand light or a miner's light, but it's like, getting down in the tunnels around, and is like, okay, this is a smelly place. We're gonna get there.
So good.
Anyway,
cartoon brain. That's beautiful.
It's I can't really draw, unfortunately. So but it lives there for real. It's really a powerful entertainment. Here we go. This is all about perspective. It's really. If everything that you thought you knew was turned upside down, opposite from your point of view, how would you feel if the ground was really the sky? And all of this time you've been walking when you could have been flying. If you run 1,000 miles a minute, you can't expect to wear out a few pairs of shoes. If you forget how to love thought you knew was turned upside down, opposite from your point of view.
Oh, that's so good for me.
Oh, me too.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. Do you ever do that after your songs, David? Like, you know, when you
The
play
big
it,
sigh?
you're like, oh, I know, yeah, and like I needed that. Like I forgot.
Yes.
Oh, right, that's right.
Yeah. When I if I watch a video of a live performance, I'm always a little unnerved by that giddy laugh. After I finish a song, I will have this ridiculous laugh, as if it just occurred to me, like, holy shit, I can play guitar.
Right? Have you ever forgotten how to play? Sometimes I have this moment sometimes where I'm in the audience. Do you ever do this where you're like in the audience suddenly for a moment and then you're like, oh, wait. Like I'm like, like suddenly you can't, like, I don't know.
Do you mean like when you're playing, you feel you're in the audience, or when you're in the audience, you... Oh, wow.
I don't know. Like when I'm playing, sometimes I feel like maybe this is, you know, maybe this is too much.
No, that's good. That's good.
No, but it feels like sometimes like I'm so in the witnessing of the song.
Yeah.
I think that's really what I mean. You know, it's like I'm playing and it's so in my body that it's like I'm the car is going. I am driving, but so there's part of me that's just like, wow, that's really deep, you know, or whatever, you know, but being moved by it in a way that so captivates me for a moment that I almost can forget how to play guitar.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like just this split, like, hair of a moment where I'm, you know, and then I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm back. But, you know, it's just like, and I don't know, I find that experience to be, really interesting.
Yeah, beautiful.
I wonder if it happens to anybody else.
I love walking up to that edge, and and I love being moved by a song and sort of feeling like I could sort of fall into the weep. I could fall into the feeling the song so much that I can't really sing. And and then I love that sort of like, see if I can find that energy as it's starting to rise and just see if I can hold it right there. And instead of letting it kind of stop my singing, I just let it kind of build a fire under it. It's really nice. This this is about skydiving, kind of. It's about falling in love. It's about no, just being in love. When I saw the leaves riding on the morning wind, easy, slow circles as they fall, I could feel the blue sky call. I just did a search. I found a little ground school near an airfield that isn't far to drive. We could take a blue sky dive. Fear finally time I face these heights here. Hope this diamond fits you right. Riding in the plane, waiting with our jumpsuits on, wind blasting through the open door. Love has made my heart want more. See the world from way up here, free, soaring through the atmosphere. And when the winter comes and the sky is cold and gray, we'll keep the endless summer blue, and I will be in love with you.
So did you really go skydiving?
I did. There's a whole other song about skydiving too. It's an interesting feeling, skydiving.
Tell me more.
When you do the arch properly, you're basically going heart first into the universe.
Okay.
And if you're doing it right, you're at a 45-degree angle relative to the ground.
Yeah.
And so you're accelerating down from the gravity falling.
Yep.
But you're also accelerating this way because the air is slowing you down. And if you take those two, the resultant is you feel like you're upside down. Your semicircular canals say, I'm completely upside down. So you get to the bottom and, the flight instructor says, that was good. And you say, really? I was upside down. And she says, no, you weren't. Really?
So when did you do this?
A long time ago.
Long time ago, okay. I was wondering if it was like a recent thing. Because I can feel, I don't know. It's, yeah. It's an interesting, I felt that in the pool. I've felt that, forgetting what's upside down.
Yeah.
And going up for air and then actually going down and oh, haha. Wrong way. There's no up.
Follow the bubbles.
Yes, exactly right. And there's it's a pretty quick turnaround. In the brain, you kind of realize it pretty fast. But it's I wondered about that. I have a friend who really loves skydiving and who just talks about it I just feel like I have enough practice, I guess it's like it would be practice for dying.
Yeah, well said. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it would be good. I don't know, but I think I don't know. I just really admire folks that do it because I feel I feel like I'm not even going to talk about that though. I'm going to talk about this song. So it's like suddenly I'm like really imagining myself doing it, and I'm like, wait a minute. No, I don't have to. I don't have to. You can say no to skydiving. But this is a song all about loving life, and it feels like it's connected to that one you just did.
Yeah.
In the journey and the adventure, and it's called The Finest Adventure. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Once I met a Frenchman who gave me half his pie. I don't speak any French. He didn't speak any English. But we shared a laugh and a pie and the beauty of the day. The beauty of the mountains. At a cafe in Amsterdam, it was a sit-down kind of show. I saw a dancer in the back, smiling through her tears. Yeah, she looked like a rainbow that had stepped out of the sky to dance. And everyone else was facing me. Was she real? Or was she make-believe? But I talked to her after the show, and she said life goes faster than you know when you are young. You must dance and sing every chance you get. Meet your life every day like you are in love. Be in love with your life, child. In my pocket there's a map. Well, really, it's a blank piece of paper. Let's take a walk. Let's wander together while we still have time. Before the sun goes down, the sun always goes down. Surely you and I can have the finest adventure. You've got a map in your pocket. I have a map. You've got a dream if you want it. I've got a dream too. Let's share our dreams. Let's dance and sing together. This is our life. The sun is rising before the night falls. I want to love you better and better and better and better. I want to love.
That's so pretty.
Yeah, it's like, what is loving, David? What is loving? It's like
that daring to be blissful, that daring to be fully alive. That's great stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Did I interrupt? What were you going to say?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It'll come back if it needs to.
Maybe for me right now, after that song, this song is best described as kind of a response to those who might say, well, you took that a little too far. You just really got too trusting and too loving and too open, and the world's a dangerous place. And we kind of smile and nod. But even if we have felt the fear, there's a gratitude in the bigness of life out at those edges. Spring break and a warm spell, warm enough for camping, So we bicycled the high road when the gates were down. The parkway was closed off. There were branches on the pavement, and without the noise of engines, there were wilder sounds. It might have been a mountain lion, it might have been a bear. When we woke up in the darkness, there was terror in the air. The veil was only nylon, and we knew that it could tear. We didn't know what we were scared of, but we knew it was right there. The tent was no protection, and we were being studied, and we both woke up afraid. Here we live or die. Something was deciding, the spirit of the mountain, and if we passed the judgment, we might not know why. It might have been a mountain lion, it might have been a bear. When we woke up in the darkness, there was terror in the air. The veil was only nylon, and we knew that it could tear. We didn't know what we were scared of, but we knew it was right there. The night went by so slow, till the sunlight showed the road. The pavement was a miracle. Our bicycles could glide down from the adrenaline of being terrified. From the higher elevation and the rarefied, down to civilization from the wilder side. It might have been a mountain lion, it might have been a bear. When we woke up in the darkness, there was terror in the air. The veil was only nylon, and we knew that it could tear. We didn't know what we were scared of, but we knew that we were scared. We didn't know what we were scared of, but we knew it was right there.
I've never ended that on a 6-chord before, but
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, is the bear on a bicycle right behind you? You know, it's like, it feels like you're, ooh, that was unresolved. Oh, gosh, yes. Okay, maybe this one then after all.
you know, for the rest of my life, the bear is going to be on the bicycle when I sing that song.
Oh my gosh, right? All right, there we go.
Ba, ba,
Yeah.
ba. I love that song.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is for some reason I was thinking about this, about the fear, and there was a Dharma talk recently I was listening to by Tara Brach. I don't know if you've ever listened to her.
Sure.
Oh, she was talking about attention and how, really listening. It was more of listening. Like deep listening is about putting aside the agenda and having, putting aside the fear. What was it? It was like, she was saying wants and fears distort our ability to really hear, to really listen. That's what it was. It was fear and wants. Like, it can distort how we hear things. And so For example, she gave a really great example, really quick, and then I'll play the song.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. So there was this story that she told about this 3-year-old who had been listening to the Lord's Prayer, and then one night at dinner, the little 3-year-old was invited to do the prayer. And this is kind of an example of like how we hear what we want to hear. Yeah. This little 3-year-old was really into painting, like finger painting.
Yeah.
And so the 3-year-old said, our Father who does art in heaven. Yeah, Harold is his name.
Harold, he's a great artist.
Up in heaven. Yeah. And I just love that. It's like, it's just so, a 3-year-old little kids say all sorts of wonderful things, from just what they know. We're always gathering all the stuff, and that was what informs, but just thinking about how fear and desire to be or relieved of the tension or the discomfort or the whatever it is that I think that that whatever that want is going to help me. It's all about happiness, right? It's all about just being happy. And I totally lost my point. But it's somewhere. Do you know what my point was, David? It's all, what?
In the deciding between the fear and the wanting versus just the listening, the deep listening.
Oh, yeah, that's it. It's about setting aside, like seeing the I think it's about seeing the wanting and the fear as being a part of the human condition, and being okay. Yeah. It's not a problem. And at the same time, can we see that and know that that isn't helping us really here, and so to really practice setting those down as much as we can. So really, still we're going to be afraid in the tent. Yeah. With the bear, not the beer. That's totally different. But with the bear outside, or the whatever we're making up in our mind, right? But to know that we just have a little knowing that there's a part of us that knows that, and maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the sun is on its way and there really isn't a bear there. We just are hearing a very loud raccoon. I don't know. Here we go. I wish for you to be free from doubt. When you feel left behind or left out. When the world seems brighter everywhere else, and your mind is lost inside a wishing well. Right on time, you are right on time, you're right on time. Remember, the heart is a tender thing, restless and hopeful, it cries and sings. And sometimes you need shelter and a space to be a little tough, not tough enough, a little lost at sea. And when everyone is racing and you join in, if you can, try running with a smile, 'cause there is a danger in going too fast, or getting too far ahead can set you back. Right on time, you are right on time, you're right on time. tired and on your own. Cried so many tears, they're all gone. When there's nothing you haven't tried to fix this uncertain road. Oh, when everywhere you look, you see regret, caught up in the past and what might have been. What we can never know will make our heads spin. A little love, a little trust, a lot of forgiveness. Right on time. You are right on time. You're right on time. What if we're right on time? We're right on time. We're right on time.
Right on time.
See, my heart is better with that song. I sing the songs I need to hear. I sing the songs that are like a clarity that I want to remember. And sometimes, you know, they I have to really sort of mark the trail well. I have to really put the details in about how to make that transition from the worry to the open and trusting and in the wonder and the beauty. And when you were talking about the cartoon brain,
Yeah.
it reminded me of this song, because this is a song that was kind of inspired by a cartoon. You know that Far Side cartoon where the guy's pushing really hard on a door trying to get out, and in big letters on the door it says pull.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot. I've done that a lot.
Well, this is just applying that to the stuff that I don't want to feel, that I'm pushing away, like pushing away that door. Well, the stuff that I don't want to feel can be this sort of, you know, it holds me in, and the door opens in. If I just welcome that into my heart, you know, then the door is open. I walk through and I'm past it. And so this is just like the audience for this song is my own silly worry, you know, but when I'm in it, this is the song that welcomes me back. Just like your beautiful song, Trouble. Who knew that trouble would be the one? But if I just push hard as I can on some big door that opens in to fight that fight, it always leaves me right where I feel wrong. The rusty pain, that prison steel, the ancient shame I don't want to feel, but my great escape could never free me, though I pushed so hard, so long. 'Cause where my heart had been, the way out opens in, but I pushed that pain away so long. But now it's
gone, 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 gone. The hurt I hate, I would attack, and still that gate, it would not unlatch. I never knew it should be easy. It's a weakness to be strong. The memory ghosts out in that dark. I asked them close into my heart, and when they came to teach me what I've missed my whole life long. That where my heart had been, the way out opens in, but I pushed that pain away so long. But now it's gone, 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 gone. My life had been a place to hide from my own heart. Inside my pride, the pain broke in to try and reach me, get me back where I belong. There's my favorite part. But what kept me trapped behind that door was just old pain I'd felt before. So I brought it in and it released me. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone.
Yeah.
I love the songs that are my lessons that I keep coming back to.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what I was thinking is like, okay, so is it gone? You know, for me, I feel like it is, like, until I have an expectation
Right.
that I'm not going to have that cycle
Right.
again.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to have that injury or
Yeah.
that misperception or that habit of thinking or whatever it is that is, or, you know, trauma, you know, or unresolved whatever, you know, comes up again in my heart and mind, and
Yeah.
you know, or I respond in a way that's conditioning, you know, and it's like, I love that idea. I think we were saying it either before we met up today, or in the show so far, hang so far. This idea that all we need is a little bit of, maybe it was in one of your songs. All we need is a little bit of light, or a little bit of perspective, just a little bit.
A little more sun and sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot. It's just a little. And it's like,
Yeah.
if only I could remember just a little bit, you know, it's that I have been here before, you know, and that the door opens in.
Oh.
Just remember, you know, it's like, and one of the things I feel like I had to continually remember is that I don't know stuff.
Ugh.
Like, I just keep thinking I know, like I'm so sure,
Yeah.
you know, in a moment, and it's so it's so easy for me to get caught up in that again. So this song is what brings me back. This is a song that brings me back to remembering. Good enough. Here we go. Today I met 500 crows crowded in the trees in my front yard. On the bare branches, they looked like leaves flying around. I was amazed It sounded like a crow convention, like something big was going down, or some kind of argument, or maybe they were singing. And so I closed my eyes to better hear the crow chorus, to see if I could catch the beauty in their sound. Oh, they were singing out loud, such a clear and pure emotion. I felt moved, not even knowing what their music was about. Love, I am part heartache, I am part joyful child, I am a grown up that's still growing up, and I don't always have it figured out. To tell you the truth, I'm still searching, trying to find that bigger light. I want to break free from all this suffering. I want to learn how to enjoy my life. So I close my eyes to better hear your heart beating, 'cause in your arms I feel relief from the despair. I wonder, how can I hold on to this feeling? Can I listen to my own heartbeat and hear the music there? I'm looking for a melody that will break my heart open wide. I want to sing with the angels now. Don't want to wait until I die. No, today I met 500 crows.
Wow. The feeling that I have in the middle of that song is that I'm reminded of the person that I've always been in the center of my heart, that beautiful yearning and the boldness to trust that the pull of my heart sort of knows something. And that is a lovely place to be welcomed back to. And that song really feels like it's like, yeah, I'm out of words. That's why we sing.
Well, if we had the words, I mean, it's like that. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm always writing to find the way to describe. So, like you were saying, to be specific so you can remember.
Yes.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like how to get back to that place of honesty, that place of real rootedness in the truth of how it is, the way it is. Like we're alive.
Yeah.
You know, and I forget to be amazed by that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah. We could call it there because that's as good as it gets. That's a fantastic song. Or we could do a couple more. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I feel that way too. I mean, I could keep playing, but but you know, sometimes it's good to know when to say when too. I really feel so much appreciation for you and your music and just, who you are in the world, David, truly, yeah, it's really a joy to play with you. So
Thank you.
um,
Thank you.
yeah, I could hear another one from you, and then maybe we could end it there.
Oh, no, because I played the first
Compromise.
one. So
Do you have a closer?
It's interesting thinking of this as a closer because this is a sending out song. This is when I was saying about the heart, trusting that the wisdom of the heart, that this pull comes from something real. This pull is a gravity toward a joy that I may not know. I may not have been there yet, but I know it exists. For me, there was something in this simple sound, this simple guitar sound. Years ago, when I was 18 and I first found music, my heart was suddenly sort of hungry, sort of like I heard a good song and it changed my heart. And instead of saying I need more songs, I was saying I need that, whatever that is. Yeah. So this is a song about maybe you don't, it's not obvious where to find it. There is no big road leading from who you are to who you're becoming. No one's had to travel that way before. But,
Can I ask you
yeah,
a quick question?
sure.
David, I'm in the middle of asking you. When you play guitar,
Yeah.
one of the things that I feel when I play guitar is that my guitar is caring about me, or there's some sort of there's almost a hug.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Like there's a vibrational yesness.
Do you ever do this where you put your chin on the...
Oh yeah. All the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So this is about setting off. We make the way by walking. We make the way by walking. We came away with nothing. We ran from the home we'd known. Down the stairs, running, scared to face the great unknown. We left the front door open, no key for a souvenir. Where to go when all we know is home will not be here. The path remains unclear, but we make the way by walking. We make the way by walking. We left the well-worn circle, we left the city lights. We came up here where the air is clear and the stars are bright at night. Maybe there's a distant valley, maybe it's a ways away. But we're all here on the new frontier 'cause we knew we could not stay. We knew we could not stay. We make the way by walking. We make the way by walking. I climbed a little bit higher, some things you cannot unsee. I walked a little bit further, the walking set me free. By then you were walking with me, and you asked if I knew the way. I made you laugh when I said our path might be a road someday. Might be a road someday. We
by walking. We make the way by walking. We make the way by walking. Our steps are the votes we cast. The crazy few that have seen this view may not be the last. The way that a pilgrim travels is to set off for parts unknown. But if history is kind, we're the ones who may find the way we all come home. Sometimes I think all I'm doing is making these little sounds, and the sounds just dissipate and then they're gone forever. And then sometimes I think that really what the world needs, I mean, if we're gonna get out from underneath a lot of unhappy people chasing a bunch of stuff that they think they need to buy in order to be happy, but they're just never happy and they're worn out and tired, and they start feeling like they need to be above somebody else in order to feel like they matter, and then it introduces all sorts of insecurity, which leads to all sorts of comparisons and competitions and hatred. And you think maybe we need a better system of government, but maybe we just need better songs. We make the way by walking.
Oh, thank you, David.
Thank you, Ellis. You're so good.
Yeah. So wonderful. I think it's everything is in that song. It's this idea of justice and the idea of love and of how we can grow personally too.
Yeah. By the way, this thing you're doing with your guitar and your satsang and your it's a perfect press photo. Next time they got a camera pointed at you, really do that. That's a good thing.
Thank you. I'll think about that. Now that you've pointed it out, I'll know where to go to look to remind myself what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Because it's all what it's all about.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. How do we show that in our stuff? Well, thank you.
My pleasure. It's really a joy. I'm grateful that you were willing to do this hang, and the split screen thing is really a great adventure for me. It's kind of fun.
I love it. Any other adventures, you just call me up. I'm on board.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, speaking of other adventures like that, there's this thing that we do where there's a gathering of the tribe of the people who really love my music. We're calling it the Wilcox Weekend. It's been going on for more than a decade. And I always bring a couple musician friends, and I would love for my people to hear you. Obviously most of them have heard you, but there might be some.
Yeah. For sure.
And it would be lovely.
Yeah.
So
I would love that. It would be wonderful. I think our people are on a similar.
Yes,
there's a similar journey.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to figure out how to press all these buttons and shut all this off.
We can't just leave the stage. There should be a curtain that could come down.
Yeah.
So hey, we're real. We're real here.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
See here. Okay. So.
All right.
Let's see here.
Bye.
Bye.
I've shut off the Facebook, and now I shut off the live stream, and now I shut off